Morning, Rob. Thank you so much. Let's bring you a final focus in on sport for today. And we bring you an interview that I had yesterday with Makazole Mapimpi. When he touched down in the 66th minute of the Rugby World Cup final in Japan last year, he became the first South African to score a try in a Rugby World Cup final. Had it not been for the woman in his life, we may not have had the pleasure from the Mdantsane-born star, which is why Mapimpi is now asking the men of the country to recognize and treat women properly. Mapimpi, through his social media campaign, #Mapimpi67, has joined with a business brother duo, Manzini and Sandile Zungu, in taking an active stand against gender-based violence. I chatted to him about the cause and a high-profile dialogue that is set to take place on the 9th of August.
We all know what's going on in South Africa in terms of like the men abusing the women, and also like I used to grow up with my cousin and my sisters. I was the only man in the house at the time. And I saw a lot of things. My cousin, my sister get abused by men. I think this thing it's always happened in South Africa. It's not the first time. And as I see, it's gonna be something is gonna be like difficult in South Africa. I think now it's time to stand up and to support this the campaign or this thing, gender-based violence.
So it's really close to home, your sister and your cousin. What was that like as a young man, looking at these other men, treating these women that you loved so much in such a way?
It's different when you grow up, sometimes, we're not the same. As I always say with my friends or whatever I chat with. It's not the same. Like sometimes we grow up with a good family, there's no fight, there's not anything, and also sometimes we're growing up with the family is always there's an issue, there's something, and probably if you have your dad or your mom also, you see a lot of things, your dad is fighting with mom, something like that, and also it's difficult as us when you grow up with that environment, like some of can pick some point, good point, this thing is wrong or something is right, how to treat a woman, how to do something with your wife or whatever, with your partner, So for me, that's like, I saw a lot of things that I think for me, there's something wrong. It's like, it's not a good point for me. It's not a good thing for me. So for now, I would like to share this thing with young brothers or young kids growing up, it's like we need to transfer this thing, it's not a good thing anymore.
Partner with the Zungu brothers for My Enough is Our Enough discussion. It's going to be taking place on Women's Day, and you're going to be joined by former Bafana Bafana and Chief Star, Sipiwe Shabalala, and a psychologist, Anele Siswana. You guys are going to, I understand, sit around and have a discussion as men. Can you explain what you are hoping to get from the dialogue?
I started my campaign since the Mandela Day. It's going to be like the same, but I started mine like by Mandela Day, and also Zungu Brothers is going to start by, which is the 9th of August, which is Women's Day. And also we're trying to combine this campaign, and then we can do some partners just to show up the support against gender-based violence.
How important were the women in your life to help you achieve your rugby ambitions?
Yeah, I don't want to lie. It's I'm always saying with my friends or my coaches, because I grew up with my mom, and my mom passed away. And also I grew up with my grand, so I didn't have like my dad. I wasn't with my dad at that time I was growing up. So I think it's important because the women can play like a lot of role in your life. You can grow up without your dad. You can grow up without your uncle, but it's only one, your woman, the woman, and for me, it was quite tough, but I also support my parents at the time, also my mom, because I don't have anything to do, because it's always like that with us, or like a lot of guys growing up with single parents. I think for me it was tough to grow up without my dad.
And you guys were able to get back to training, but it's not really training as you used to, is it? It's non-contact training. How's that going?
Yeah, we just came back there last weekend. There's no contract. We just doing fitness-wise and gym, and we separated groups, 5 groups in each group, 5 groups in group. But it's quite exciting, and also it's tough because we've been waiting for this thing for a long time. It's quite tough for us, most special Sharks team, because we had a starting season from January until the last game. I think hopefully we're gonna try everything to bring everything back, just to bring the team back, manage everything for the Sharks, and then we get there.
The New Zealand players have now been playing for a couple of weeks with the Aotearoa. We've got the Australian players there. They've also got their own domestic Super Rugby competition. Are you a little bit nervous about the fact that the South African players and the South African Springbok players haven't really been able to get onto the field of play and play competitive rugby?
Yeah, of course, because it's quite tough for us, in South Africa, as we see what's going on in South Africa, and we don't have anything to do, but also we need to support the government, and then we can come back together, and also. And yeah, there is, and there was, I am, but also we need to work on that thing. We can't also focus on only the New Zealand team that playing now, and also we need to do our thing in South Africa, just not to compare in country by country, but as a South African teams, we need to stick together, do whatever we can do.
Crazy to think that the last time that Makazole Mapimpi was actually in a Springbok jersey was in November last year in the Rugby World Cup final. Sure, the months just keep on going by so quickly with the coronavirus stoppage. We just hope that our teams get to play soon again. I will see you again tomorrow.